Hi, hello. So this is kind of a bonus episode. It's a pilot, kind of, that we recorded with Tim.
I think her biggest deal was she starred in a pilot.
Pilot? What's a pilot?
Well, you know the shows on TV?
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but you are aware that there's an invention called television, and on this invention they show shows, right?
Yeah.
Well, the way they pick TV shows is they make one show. That show's called a pilot. Then they show that one show to the people who pick shows, and on the strength of that one show, they decide if they want to make more shows. Some get chosen and become television programs. Some don't, become nothing. She starred in one of the ones that became nothing.
And for obvious reasons, we decided to start over. But listening back to it, it's pretty good. So we're going to put it up because, why not? Anyway, enjoy and have fun running films.
All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in
Okay.
Welcome to Film Runners.
Yeah, how do we start these stupid things?
See, this is why.
This is
why we need. Is this why you need Billy?
Cobb? Are you kidding me, Tim? Come on, you couldn't do that off, Mike. You couldn't do it before we started recording.
Okay, cut. There's a slap that you can cut in Michael.
I wish it was a slap, I swear to God. What are we... So
okay.
So yeah, one of you guys two have to start, I guess, right?
Okay, welcome to Film Runners. What movie did you pick? Tim is here. Friend of the show, Tim is here. Finally. Yay. Everybody a round of applause.
I lost the vote. Unfortunately, I had a voting block. Billy and I were the voting block keeping him off the show. And then once since Billy's still a brain in a jar, I lost my voting block, and then you were able to overwhelm me because you had veto powers. And that you had the same powers as Vito Corleone, and you tackled me over a fucking balcony and threatened to kill me if I didn't let Tim come on.
That's like the best compliment I've ever gotten.
And now I'm here.
Already. Dreadful. So, Tim is on, and you got to choose the movie.
I did get to choose the movie.
Of any movie you could have picked. You could have picked... Here's the thing. There have been films since, I don't know, the 1880s was, I think, the first movie was invented. So, from then to now, every year, more and more movies are produced, lovingly formed, and you chose...
I chose Dan in Real Life, a romantic comedy starring Steve Carell. Silence. Okay, here's the thing.
What? Explain, defend yourself. Because frankly, you maybe chose a movie that has...
Well, hold on. I don't want you to say anything.
No.
Well, hold on. I don't want you to say... I don't want you to bury the lead. I really... Hold on. I picked this movie, and I really like this movie. I knew you hate it. And Incha did not see it, correct?
I don't hate it. It's just a movie that if we didn't watch a movie and started talking, we'd have more to talk about than this movie gives us. There's so little interesting stuff in it.
I want to hear Inch's point of view on this movie. That way we can break the tie and then we can start talking about
Well, we don't have to break the tie. Inch already messaged me when she was watching it, so she cried at the end. So
I did too. I did too. It was great, right?
I found it delightful. I thought it was a really cute movie. Sorry.
I was open-minded when I rewatched it, because I hadn't seen it, I think, since it came out, or around when it came out. Actually, I think I got it on DVD from fucking Blockbuster, because I would buy a ton of movies from there when they did the, 4 or 5 for $20 or whatever sales. So I actually had it on DVD, and I enjoyed it just fine, but it never stuck with me the way it seems to have stuck with Tim, in that he was like, 12 years later, I definitely have to talk about this film with 2 other people in a recorded format.
I just really always remember this movie of being, I don't know, just quirky, and, it's got Steve Carell, and I think Steve Carell does an excellent job of what he does in The Office, where he's, super awkward and makes terrible situations out of nothing. And I feel like this is kind of in a muted form in comparison to, The Office.
So what's the general story?
Okay, so the story about this movie is Dan, played by Steve Carell. He is a recently widowed father of 3 girls, and they go away for the weekend to some cabin, and didn't get the full story there, for a fall retreat with his family. And while he takes his daughters there, the first morning he is there, he goes to a bookstore and he meets Maurice, played by Juliette Binoche, and has a little meet cute in a bookstore with her. And she has to run off to meet up with somebody she's in a relationship with. And when Steve Carell gets back to the cabin, it turns out that she is in a relationship with his brother, Mitch, who's played by Dane Cook. And then the story leads from there about their kind of awkward situation that they're going into from there on.
All right. You keep saying cabin. It's just like a beach house, isn't it? It's not.
I guess it's a beach house, but it's not they go in fall, which is kind of a weird.
It's weird because it is sort of like the whole setup of it is like a holiday film, but there's no specific holiday that they're celebrating.
No, and it's not like they go to the beach for the summer because they wear sweaters most of the time.
It feels like it should be Christmas or the 4th of July or something that they're all celebrating as a family. Or even Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
But it isn't. There's no mention of any sort of... It's just like a family get-together that they do every year. It's very non-denominational.
I guess that makes it open for everybody. And that's why I like it.
However, you say it's open for everybody. This is, without a doubt, the whitest movie I've ever seen in my life. I mean, there's literally nothing whiter.
That is true. How many situations does this happen where there's I don't know.
I feel like Incha obviously would be the best one to speak to this, but they're obnoxiously white, aren't they? The gender splitting off to do the competing crosswords over who does dishes and the shitty talent show. It's aggressively white.
It was really annoying. It was annoying seeing that in New Jersey because that's sometimes how.
Well, they were in Rhode Island. But you mean you being in New Jersey, it was annoying to see?
Me being in New Jersey, kind of.
Yeah. I hate Rhode Island. Yeah. Those Rhodesians.
But about the talent show, you didn't like...
how Rhode Island people kind of are, though. And not to, offend anybody who might be listening to our show if you are in Rhode Island, but that's typically how people in Rhode Island are. They go there to, vacation and retire and
And
die.
do yoga out on the backyard of the family. And-
Yeah. Play touch
Okay, so-
football.
That's a good, for one of my notes, that's a good leaping off point. I didn't realize the first time I'd watch it, so it's been like 12 years since I had seen the film.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much of the movie is about the fact that Dan is uncontrollably horny. That he's so incredibly horned up that it's like ruining his life, that a woman he had coffee with and like talked to in a bookstore is like around him, and he can't control, like, the best character in the film. And not because he's played by Norbert Leo Butz, who is like a stage actor who's in a lot of really good stuff. Like, I love him; he's great. But he plays his brother, who isn't Dane Cook,
Right.
and he has the best advice, which is Dan should jerk off more. And that was 100%. That would solve every problem in the entire film, is if Dan jerked off more.
See, I think you have to have the suspension of disbelief that, like, true love.
Dan would never jerk.
No, that, like,
suspend your disbelief and think that Steve Carell never jerks.
No, but you're going, it's like, oh, he has to jerk off. But if you think about it, is that like love is a thing that exists, and true love, and like
But that's not a suspension. I believe that love is a thing that exists. I don't have to suspend. You've never been a child, and you're saying that you have to suspend disbelief to think that love exists?
No. But you mean? But what I mean
So
by that is,
you're
like,
telling me you don't love your son.
Of
That's
course.
what you're
Oh my
saying
God.
right now.
No, but what I mean is that like not only like true love, like, but love at first sight exists. Let's say.
Right.
And I think if you think about it that way, is that like he is just in love with this person, and he's just like, love makes you do stupid things, and I think that's kind of one of the themes of it, is that, you know, he's supposed to be this articleist who writes these columns and is
Not a word.
Articleist is not a word.
Michael,
don't
let him
think
talk.
I've never heard the word articleist in my entire life.
Okay, he writes
Let him
articles and
have
columns
it.
based on parenting, and he seems to be a terrible practicing parent. Like, his one daughter is rebelling against him around love, which is everything that's going on, and he can't even let his older daughter drive to the beach house or cabin, whatever we want to call it. And he seems to get in accidents multiple times throughout this movie.
But that doesn't make him a bad parent. I thought he was
agree.
a good
I don't
parent.
think. Yeah, I agree. I think his family was obnoxious. I don't think he was a bad parent, or at least we didn't see enough of it to prove he was a bad. Like,
If anything, he's like the most practical one in this family.
I
Except
agree with that.
except for the younger brother who told him to like jerk off more, and except for
Yeah,
for
he's
like
great.
one of the sister's husbands who's just like he's gonna die alone. I
Oh
liked
yeah,
him.
he's
Yeah, he's
the
great,
guy
too.
from Flight of the Conchords.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? It was also funny. Amy Ryan played his sister.
That was Amy Ryan, right?
Yeah, and she's in The Office. Like, as
Yeah,
his, like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, Holly from The Office.
yeah.
I didn't
But-
realize it was her until I rewatched this film. I was like, oh, I didn't know she was in this film.
Yeah. There are a lot of like people in it. Because what's his name? The teacher from Glee is the cop he keeps running into. But what you were saying, Tim, I agree with you in that we're supposed to think that they both had this instant connection with each other and were like immediately infatuated with each other. But I don't know if it's an issue with the writing or the acting, and I think Steve Carell's a fantastic actor, especially like a dramatic actor. So like this stuff should be good for him. But like, it seems so, because he's playing it sort of like he's just going through the motions because his wife's dead and he's like raising these daughters, and he's sort of stuck in a rut, and that's how his general demeanor is. But then I didn't really see too much of a change when he was interacting with Juliette Binoche before the reveal. So it's like I didn't get through his acting that he was like, it was love at first sight. I don't know. It was weird because normally, like, I'm a fan of Steve Carell,
Yeah. So
But
you're
I-
thinking like there should be a more establishing scene before they met in the bookstore to say, I don't know, he doesn't care about other women, and that this particular one is getting his fancy or something like that.
No, because I think he was there. He was at like level 4 or whatever throughout the entire beginning and whatnot. And then once he met her, there should have been something else in that part.
Oh, okay. See, I think
I think he just had like perfectly funny banter with her, and it didn't come off to me as anything like super like this is once in a lifetime interaction. So that's why later on when he finds out she's dating Dane Cook, which would horrify everybody, I'm sure. But when he finds that out, and then he's still like super infatuated with her, it just comes off as him just being like incredibly thirsty. Because I never got the sense that he like fell in love with her instantly, you know.
But I think that's also like a problem with Juliette's character too, because like she really never felt like she was fully infatuated with him, and it kind of works both ways if you're gonna have a movie like this.
Yes, that's an unfortunate thing, is that I think her character, she's great. I think she's fantastic. Great actress, and I think she does a good job. But we never really see anything from her perspective, and her character isn't really written well enough that we just know that she's into Steve Carell too because the movie tells us.
She's a
Right.
manic pixie dream girl. Like she's
Yeah,
like the literal
like a
definition of like an
middle-aged-
older manic pixie dream
Like a
girl.
middle-aged like French Zoe Deschanel.
yeah.
Like she
Yeah.
comes in and like everything's perfect, and then it's just like, why would? I mean, okay.
Well, it's absolutely insane that she's answering every question in that fucking crossword. It's like, we get it. You're impressive. Relax.
I do on a second watch of this, or however many times I've watched it now. I do agree with that point. Is that her character doesn't do that, especially in like they're kind of the scene where they were hanging out by the map and talking about it, kind of awkwardly. She just kind of seems like, yeah, it's no big deal, whatever, see you later. Like seems no interest in him whatsoever.
It's weird, yeah, because you never get a sense of her like perspective. Other than she seems to also like she gets pissed when she's making pancakes. The pancakes so brazenly shown on the poster. I got so excited when the scenes came up with her pancake. She seems to be upset because Steve Carell went on a date and maybe fucked Emily Blunt, who I was shocked
He totally
that she was
didn't.
in the movie.
Yeah, yes, Emily Blunt plays Ruthie Pigface Draper in this movie.
Pig face. So like that's like she's kind of annoyed with him, so you get it through that, and like, but it does seem odd. Like once her and Dane Cook finally break up, and she like calls Steve Carell back, and is like, "I didn't get too far because I love you" or whatever. It does feel kind of like out of left field from her. It's just I wish we'd gotten more from her perspective.
Yeah, well, I think we got the one scene with them in the shower, which I think kind of built on that a little bit, but
No.
you're right. That was maybe a bit... No? You don't agree?
No.
The shower scene was so dumb.
It
It's
didn't
so
really.
stupid.
It didn't do anything. I mean, like if anything, it should have shown light that the older daughter wanted to go out into the world and do something, but then you don't even like really hear her in any of that. So it's kind of just like, what's the point, my guy? What's the
Frankly,
point?
yeah, it would have been a better scene if he had crawled out the window immediately, and then it was just a scene about the older daughter and Juliette Binoche. Because then we would have gotten to know their characters more. But it was so like contrived for the daughter to like storm into the bathroom and be like, "No, it's okay. Take a shower while I'm here talking to you, person I met yesterday."
Yeah, I have that written down as a note. Is
It's
that why
so
is Alison
weird.
Pill letting her shower in front of her after 2 days? Do girls do this?
No.
I didn't think
Movie girls do. You better shower up. We've got that pillow fight in our underwear that we're gonna have later.
That was another note that I had, that I wish more of this movie was dedicated to the daughters in a weird way. Not all of it,
I agree.
obviously, but like I wanted to kind of see Juliette from like their perspective and being like, this is our future mom and she gets along with everybody. So I wanted to see them get along with her a little bit more.
I agree, especially since it ends with him. I would have liked any more of his relationship with the daughters and their relationship with him and her, because it ends with him going to find Juliette Binoche and then with his daughters, right? So it's almost like they're all accepting her, but it's like we didn't really get their say on the matter.
No,
like,
I think you
really
get.
know how.
I think you get that the scene with like where they're walking on the beach where Alison Pill is talking about with them like going everywhere, and then you get the one scene with Juliette Binoche and the little daughter like making the thing for Dan. I don't remember a single. I don't remember a single scene with the middle child with her.
Well, she had not with her.
The middle child is so awful. Sorry.
She is awful. She's a good actress.
So
she had the best line in the movie, though. I have it written down in all caps. You are a murderer of love.
Oh yeah. I do. She also has another line which is great, but not in the way that I think they wrote it. But her line is, "This is so queer, but I wouldn't miss it for anything." A great tagline in the present day for like an actually like gay thing. It was like proudly gay, but she meant it as a pejorative, so it wasn't good. Also, I have in my notes I wrote down the "put it on my tab" when he gets pulled over for speeding again, because for some reason I vividly remember it from the trailers for this movie.
Yeah.
You again.
Nice to see you, officer. How are you today?
You know why I pulled you over?
I sure do. I know what I was doing, and I know it's all wrong.
This is gonna cost you.
Put it on my tab.
What was that?
Put it on my tab.
And it's just very funny Steve Carell shtick.
Yeah.
I think.
But he is very
Also,
like this adds to all of his like some of the other movies I've seen Steve Carell, and he either plays like a comedy guy in like 40-Year-Old Virgin and those type of movies, or he plays like a serious person. This is kind of the only other example of his like awkward office sort of like he's just creates more awkward situations out of nothing. Like the scene where they're eating dinner, where you want to cringe the entire time.
That was brutal. He went full on dick. It was insane how like, because he was just too horned up. He like saw her and he was like, I was horny for her, and so now I'm going to be a total asshole to my brother.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's I don't know. I feel like I prefer him when he plays weirdos. Like have you seen Foxcatcher?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've seen
Sorry.
Foxcatcher.
Yeah, he's good in that.
Yeah, I like him in Foxcatcher.
Yeah, he's just got a weird energy that I think works. But not that he was like, he was good. He was charming when he had to be, and he was like, I don't know.
No, I agree. I like Steve Carell in this movie, and I like.
Yeah.
I wrote down another note I have is that I think Dane Cook is really good in this movie, because this came out after Employee of the Month, and
After Employee came out, you say that as if anyone knows about that movie or gives a shit about that movie.
And
that
it came
movie's
after
name was Jessica Simpson.
and it came out after Good Luck Chuck, starring Jessica Alba. And he
That was his Good Luck Chuck was his big chance to break out, and he fucking blew
he
it.
blew it.
He sucked.
So they gave him Employee of the Month. He blew that one too. But he was good in this, where he played like a slime ball like he did in the other movies, but like a muted slime ball I kind of have here. I
agree in that he is good. I think he actually does well and the part isn't really written that well, because like he gets a lot of lines where he has to talk up how much he seems to love this woman, and then he has a lot of things where he has to like put her and Steve Carell into like awkward situations that are very contrived, like when they're doing the hide and seek or whatever, and he's like, I know what you two are up to. Then he's like, you're not hiding. And he makes them hide, or he like makes Steve Carell stand right behind her when they're doing yoga. It's but he does do a good job with it, even though it's a very like, I don't think it's a well written role, but he does a good job. I agree. And normally, like, fuck Dane Cook, obviously.
Yeah, of course. He's a slime ball in real life and in this movie.
Isn't he dating a girl who's like 18 and there's like evidence on Instagram of him like hanging out with her, quote unquote, when she was like 16 and shit?
Probably.
It's a Drake situation.
Yeah, it's a classic Drake situation. Exactly. You got it, Tim. It's a classic Drake situation. Because I think there was like an Instagram post where he was like, "Oh, shout out to my baby on her 18th birthday," and it's like,
Oh,
just started dating today. Or I don't know. It was something, but it was like someone did the math and it didn't make any sense. Anyway, he's a dirtbag.
Yep.
But he's fine in this, playing a dirtbag. And actually, his best role, I think, is in Mr. Brooks, where he also plays a dirtbag.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
think it's very rude. Sorry, I was going through my notes.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Tim?
No, I was going to go through my notes too, so I have another one, but you can go ahead.
Great. I love this
Somebody do a note.
classic banter. I'm glad that we decided to do this. It's worked out so well. When his mom decides to, like, he gets the shitty bedroom that's in like the it's like a cot by the washing machines.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Oh, I guess I got the bedroom, like, well, the bad one, whatever." He's laying in bed, and then his mom puts a load of laundry on, and then is like, "Good night, Dan," and leaves. And it's like, that's so fucking rude. Like, why don't you just wait to do that in the morning?
Yeah, and they do that twice. Like,
Family's so terrible.
It's so, like, how much laundry why is she doing laundry the first night people are staying there?
yeah, absolutely.
Frankly, his parents are a piece of shit.
No, the dad was really cool.
Yeah, John Mahoney's nice. I like him.
Yeah, of course.
Uh,
The note I have is I thought the bowling alley was closed. 2 exclamation points. Because the kids so Dan tries to take the kids there, and it's closed. And then later on in the movie, they're bowling in it.
Well, here's the thing. There's also the scene where the old lady watches them, like, they're bowling and they're touching up on each other, and then she, like, turns the lights off and makes it, like, the rock and roll lighting or whatever. So I think the old lady keeps the store closed unless she thinks 2 people are gonna fuck. And then she opens the bowling alley to allow them to fuck.
Right, and then the family comes in and she has to totally blow her cover.
Yeah,
by turning
no kids allowed. No kids allowed. Oh yeah, it's weird, but it's so... I think that's my problem with it, is that everything's so contrived. It's like a Three's Company episode, like, feature length. Like, the family shows up at the bowling alley as they're, like, having their romantic, like, I don't know.
Like, it's way too convenient for you. Every single action is just way too convenient.
Yeah, and I don't mind it if it was in any way sort of, like, built towards or set up, or if like, the character work was good enough. Like, I think the actors are doing all the heavy lifting. I think it's just a bad script. It's just like a bare bones, standard, like, shitty script, and the actors are doing all the heavy lifting. And, like, I don't mind contrived situations if the characters were interesting, but I'm watching Juliette Binoche and Steve Carell try as hard as they can, and that's all I'm invested in, really. Also, I like Norbert Lea Butz. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Like, when he's playing on the piano and they're singing that song about Pig Face.
Pig Face?
It's adorable.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the entire movie, is Norbert Lea Butz playing on the piano and him and Dane Cook singing a song about Pig Face.
Yeah.
It's the best part of the movie.
There's a girl coming over here. She's on her way right now. She's driving here to meet Danny. What's her name? Ruthie. Big face. Draper. Ruthie. She's living in a house of bricks, not straw sticks. I'll be your big bad wolf. I love your cute curly tail.
That had to have been ad-libbed, right? Like, it kind of seemed natural.
I would imagine. Yeah. For sure.
Because it wasn't a great song, but it would be like one of those songs that they probably just started playing.
Like, it won't be in my top 20, but...
No.
Oh, I also have a note.
Big face. Rudy.
All right. Okay. I have a note that it's very, very funny that the one daughter whose boyfriend showed up and then got kicked out, her talent, because of course this fucking stupid
Yeah, of course.
has a
I know where
family
you're going.
talent show. Like, you're kidding me? But the daughter's talent is tying a cherry stem into a knot, and she dedicated it to her boyfriend. And I thought that was really, really funny. This is what,
She's like so somber and silent, like she's
she's like as if he died.
yeah,
but she's
dedicated to the memory.
yeah, but she's dedicating her giving head talent to her boyfriend in front of her entire family.
Oh, I did like that show, the talent show though. I like that scene where he sings "Let My Love Open the Door." That was cute.
Yeah, that was charming as well. But it's just the entire concept of this family doing a fucking talent show. Just annoying. Like, they're just so aggressive. Have you ever seen...
A family do a talent show? No, never.
No. Have you seen the movie The Family Stone?
Yes.
No,
I haven't.
don't. Is that another Wes Anderson movie?
It's
Sounds
not,
like
and
it
this
doesn't.
isn't either. So I don't know why you're saying another.
Is that the Jennifer Aniston movie?
No, it's Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah,
Nope.
no, I haven't seen it. I've heard of it, but I've never.
I don't know. It's not good, but it's a fun movie to watch if you hate this kind of shit and hate yourself, so you want to watch it, because it's very much a lot of these tropes. Like, the entire family is aggressively white, and they do crazy shit like having like talent shows and whatnot. And Sarah Jessica Parker is like this button down like prissy girl who they bring, who Dermot Mulroney, I think, brings there, and then like Rachel McAdams hates her, and I think Luke Wilson is one of the brothers too. But it's very similar to this, so you should watch it, Tim. You would like it.
Yeah, I probably would.
And Insha, you should watch it too, because I don't know if you'd like it.
I probably
You would
won't
at
like
least
it.
hate
I like
Sarah Jessica Parker.
I like this because it's just so cute. Like, I don't know what else to really say about it. It's just like, I just really, like, I hate that the family, but I feel for Steve Carell a lot. Not even Juliette, but I just feel for Steve Carell because he just has like a really terrible family situation, a really terrible daughter situation. He can't sleep in a house with a woman without thinking about like jerking off every 5 seconds. I think he's
I
gonna
do
be
agree.
fine.
I feel bad for him too, because he seems to be doing a good job with his daughters. They seem fine, other than one going through a natural sort of teenager sort of like freak out thing.
I hated Alison Pill's like character because she really doesn't give him enough credit that he deserves. He's just like, well, Dad, you're flirting too hard. Don't try so hard. It's just like,
Yeah, that was
what are
weird.
you doing? Ah, I hated her. I hated her. I love the little daughter. The little daughter was great.
He was there. He's like brings his kids there, and then he's like a dick during one dinner, and then all of a sudden he's at like there's a fucking family meeting about how he's like letting his children down and like disappointing everybody, and he's a terrible person. And it's like he seems like pretty much together, other than he's freaking out because he hasn't jerked off enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, explain yourself, Tim. Why did you allow this movie to happen?
Well, I don't know. I kind of don't know if he is a great father. I mean, like everything that he is telling them, everything that he's telling them that is bad. Like he's telling the middle child that you don't know if you're in love with someone after 3 hours, and the other one you're saying you can't drive because, or he doesn't trust the older one to drive, even though he's terrible at it driving, according to this 1.5 hour movie.
The driving one was weird. Yeah. But I don't think that's bad parenting. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, it's totally fine for you to tell teenagers not to do stuff that adults do. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
Even though he fell in love in 3 days and like he's bad at driving, it doesn't mean his daughter is good at driving or his daughter is in love.
Yeah, they're
like,
probably not in love.
I think he was definitely overprotective and like
But he's a dad raising 3 daughters.
too cautious. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I cut him some slack.
No, but I
don't
also
think-
like the
there
idea
were-
that he's supposed to be this family columnist, and like at least we've seen a number of situations where he's not great in practicing his own. Like,
sure. I
column.
think I would have rather seen more extreme examples of that, I guess. I just don't think, I think it was very like, it was like he was totally justified in sending an underage child back to their family when he tried to abscond to his like Rhode Island. Like, of course he's not going to let this fucking kid stay with his kid.
Yeah, of course.
Like, if he was kind of one of those fathers who literally just ran away with, like, Juliette's character, I would have been like, yeah, you're a bad parent. But, like, he stayed and he tried to get along with everybody. Like, he's a good dad. He's just sometimes a shithead.
I'm a good dad. I just look a lot older.
Why are you so awful?
But I do agree with you, Incha. Though after talking about it, I agree with almost all of Michael's points about this movie. But there's something charming about it that I just like it. Like there's something intangible about this movie
There's something intangible, like it's fucking fairy dust.
that makes me like this movie so much.
I think that's it. I just don't. There's nothing in it I find that like cute enough to make me overlook some of its issues.
That's fair.
I mean, it has a lot of issues, but it's just a passable movie. It's literally something you throw on, and then all of a sudden you're just like blanking out for the next couple of minutes.
I don't disagree. I would watch 40 minutes of this if I caught it on TV while I was folding laundry.
But you
for
want it
sure.
to be art, Michael. This isn't art.
Pardon?
This isn't art.
No, I didn't take this movie to be art.
Yeah, like this is just a movie.
Yeah, but that's my problem. Why did Tim pick it? That's my whole issue. I never said I hated this movie. I don't think this movie's terrible. I don't think about this movie at all. It's just a film. So I'm not sure why Tim. He had a shot. He was shooting a shot. And he chose Dan in real life. That was my issue.
To be honest with you, I picked 10 movies, and one of you had seen all of them. So this is like I was picking at whatever I could get.
Don't blame this on me, Tim.
No, are you kidding?
Don't do
I
that.
already mentioned you had a fucking 130 years worth of films to choose. And you chose Dan in real life.
Did you like this more or less than Mr. Boogedy?
More.
Way more.
No, right. Then I win. I only have a couple of notes left. One of them is, why doesn't Dan let any of the girls sit in the passenger seat? Because they all seem to be sitting in the back all the time.
Well, he's a horrible driver too. They might die.
Yeah.
How did his wife die?
Oh. I don't think they mentioned it.
Ejected
She
out of the
got
passenger seat, like, hit a telephone pole at like 80 miles an hour.
I think he told that
she got
Juliette
sick.
Binoche at the beginning, but I don't remember what it was.
She got sick of something.
Oh yeah, she did get
Yes, sick of having a telephone pole.
And then to add to your contrived point, what an oddly specific request for this book when she comes into the bookstore. Like she had this like written down.
It was very weird and overwritten. I hated her dialogue, but I was so glad. I was like, she's trying her hardest. Like Juliette Binoche was trying her hardest to sell this shitty dialogue.
What's kind of
Well, something funny might be nice, but not necessarily big, ha ha ha, laugh out loud funny, you know, and certainly not make fun of other people funny, but rather something human funny.
Okay.
And if it could sneak up on you, surprise you, and at the same time make you think that what you thought was not only right in a wrong kind of way, but when you're wrong, there's a certain rightness to your wrongness. Well, maybe what I mean is, more importantly, I'm looking to be swept up. And at the same time not. Meaning I want to feel a deep connection to something.
It was very, like Incha said, like, middle-aged manic pixie dream girl. Like, oh, I need something that's funny but not too funny and not self-conscious, and I need it to be a unicorn, and I love everything. And have you heard the Shins?
Oh, this soundtrack is also like a thing.
The
Did this guy do another soundtrack, or is this just me?
I don't know.
So
it sounds very
that was
2000s coffee shop.
That is my very first note. Is called I love movies with coffee house soundtracks.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
this is a great segue into my game if you guys want to play it.
Oh
Yeah, let's play it.
Uh-oh.
No, it's fine, go.
The name of this game is Name That Tune, Man Bun and Fair Trade Coffee Edition. And I'm going to play some songs from famous movie soundtracks.
No!
That should rather be in a coffee shop.
So you have to play songs.
I'm going to play a song, and you're going to have to listen to a couple seconds, and then you tell me which major motion picture this is from.
Okay.
Do we have, like, options?
I have multiple choice.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
you'll play it, you'll give us the choices, and then we choose.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, so the first category is Coffee with Comedians. So this will be a movie from a movie with comedians. So here it is.
Stop. Okay. This is gonna sound so terrible.
I'll send into the clips, that was A Punk by Vampire Weekend.
Yay!
So was that song from The Big Sick, starring comedian Kumail Nanjiani? Was it from Goon, starring a very funny Sean William Scott? Or from Step Brothers, starring Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly?
I like that your category was comedians, and one of the options is Sean William Scott, who is, I agree, very funny in Goon, but you also had to preface it by saying that because you were like, oh, he's not a comedian.
That's correct.
I don't know why I made this category. I'm gonna say I love Vampire Weekend. I love Goon, but I'm gonna say The Big Sick.
All right, Insha.
What were the options again?
The Big Sick, Goon, or Step Brothers?
I'm gonna go with Step Brothers.
Insha, you're right. That was that was the opening song from Step Brothers.
Yay!
Okay, so that category was Coffee with Comedians. The next category is Coffee in Cars. This is a song from the original motion soundtrack from a movie about cars. So
about cars. Shut up.
That was adorable.
I know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. And I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, girl, you know I've done all I can. You see, I begged, stole, and I borrowed.
Tim.
okay, so that was Easy by Scarfieri, which was a cover of Easy by the Commodore.
whom?
The Commodore. Sky Ferrari. Ferrari.
Sky Ferreira?
Ferreira? Guy Fieri. It was by Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. No, you got to pronounce it right. Guy Fieri. He pronounces it
Fieri. Anyways, was that song from Little Miss Sunshine, a movie that mostly takes place in a van, Baby Driver, or Death Proof?
I'm gonna go with Baby Driver.
Michael?
I wanted to go with Baby Driver, but now I might go... What was your first one?
Little Miss Sunshine.
No, she wasn't around back then. Was she? Baby Driver as well.
You guys are both correct. It was Baby Driver.
Hell yeah.
Sky...
I knew it wasn't...
Sky plays Baby's mom in the movie. Oh. Sorry.
There you go. Okay, the next category is Coffee with Wes Anderson. This is a song from a famous...
Why is that a category? Wait. So the first two categories were very clearly built on comedians and cars getting coffee.
Correct.
Because you had comedians getting coffee. You had coffee and cars or whatever the fuck. Then why is this a category now?
Because these are all... This is a song from a major motion picture. Directed by Wes Anderson.
Okay.
I think that's all you really need.
Yeah, that's it. So is that from Moonrise Kingdom, the Grand Budapest Hotel, or the Royal Tenenbaums?
Royal Tenenbaums.
Royal Tenenbaums.
You're both correct. It was the Royal Tenenbaums. Now my phone just died, and now I gotta get something so I can play the last two movies.
Two more? What? I can't possibly imagine what your next two categories could be.
I like this
I
game.
swear to God, I thought the third category was going to be Jerry Seinfeld. I have absolutely no idea why Wes Anderson was the third category.
I had a nice theme going, and then I just kind of broke it.
You abandoned it. You just threw it to the wind.
That's right, because the third category is decaf coffee with your pregnant wife. These are movies.
What? First of all, no, shut up, no. First of all, this is the fourth category.
Fourth category.
We did the third category.
That's right.
So it wasn't that.
Yep.
Second of all, what in good Christ are you talking about?
This is a song from a
Decaf
major motion
coffee with
picture about a pregnant woman.
So are the options going to be like Juno, Baby Mama? What's another one? Who are the options? Whatever, play the fucking stupid song. We're cutting all of this.
That's fine.
It's going to be a 12-minute episode.
For some reason, Hold on.
Oh, God.
Like I said, my phone died.
Like I said, I have an excuse. Why was your phone that close to death?
I didn't realize it
You're
was.
in your home.
You're a part-time lover and a full-time friend. The monkey on your back is the latest trend.
Oh, that's Juno.
Yeah, that's definitely Juno.
Peaches or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
you guys are both right. That
Or
is
the
Juno.
Moldy
Kenya
Peach.
Dawson. Yeah.
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 Okay, so Incha is at 4 correct. Michael, you're at 3. And this is the last one. This is with Coffee with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh.
Oh, and this is a movie. This is a song from a movie starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So, oops.
God. 500 Days of Summer.
I would say, isn't that She and
The
Him?
Smiths.
That is Please Let Me Get What I Want by She and Him, which was originally sung by the Smiths.
Nice.
And that is either 500 Days of Summer, 50-50, or Don John.
It's
in all three of them? Oh, wait. No, you're giving us options. Sorry. It's 500 Days of Summer, because they listen to the Smiths.
Incha?
It's 500 Days of Summer. Thank you, Tim. That was actually delightful. I like that.
It wasn't. Don't lie to me.
I like that. That's better than any of your games.
It's frankly no. It's not. First of all, how dare you? Second of all, it's absolutely not. And I think it's frankly rude to condescend to Tim like that. Tim knows that was garbage. Tim, you would rather somebody respect you and tell you the truth than to talk down to you as if you're a child, as if you're a baby in a diaper? Which would you prefer?
I'm not a baby in a diaper.
Exactly. Thank you. Right, Incha?
Good job, Tim.
Thank you, Incha.
Well, it was definitely a thing that happened. And it killed 10 minutes, so... That's all I care about. Alright, anybody have any other notes?
That is...
Like, struggle... Look, three of us struggling to get to 46 minutes right now. Because the movie you chose is, like, poof, it's like a fucking soap bubble of a movie. Like, a dandelion blowing in the wind. Absolutely no staying power. Anybody else have any notes?
I don't.
No.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Do you have any recommendations, Tim?
I would say if you like this style of movie, you can watch Little Miss Sunshine, also with Steve Carell in it. Arguably a better movie than this one.
All right, it should do.
Oh no! Hold on. Or if you like, if you want to see Alison Pill, if you want to see Alison Pill again, you can watch Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Unarguably, a much better movie than this movie.
I think both of them are arguably better movies. But... Okay, any more?
That's it. Those are the two.
Great, Incha.
Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Oh,
because that's good teenage love. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, because that's just a good movie that you should watch. Maybe before this, and then see Dan in real life. And Blue Valentine, because I like that movie, and I think everybody should watch it if they want to be in love and when love dies.
I like that this movie is so ephemeral, so pointless, that the movies you recommended are just random films that you like. Like, you're not... You just said, like, oh, I recommend this because I like it. It's a good movie. It has absolutely no connection to Dana really.
But it's about... it's a rom-com.
Yeah, well, there's absolutely no calm in Blue Valentine. It's a good movie, though. I would recommend The Family Stone if you like Dan in real life and like to get angry because it's bad. For good Steve Carell movies, I'd say The Big Short or Foxcatcher or Little Miss Sunshine. And that's it. I would recommend you don't watch this movie, though.
What about your a better Dane Cook movie?
Oh, Mr. Brooks. Absolutely. I recommend watching Mr. Brooks. It's a fantastic use of Dane Cook and Kevin Costner, who are two actors who generally you wouldn't consider good actors, but they're used well. In that, I think it's very novel to use somebody like Kevin Costner as like a psychopath. You know, it's something he hadn't done before, and it works well. William Hurt's in that too, and he's very good.
Oh. I also recommend This Is Where I Leave You, because that's a better family drama.
I never watched that. That's the one with Jason Bateman and Adam Driver, right?
Yes.
And Tina Fey?
Yeah, and Jane Fonda, and it's so good.
That's the one where they shit.
Shit. That's the one where they shit. Just
sit Shiva. Yeah, I really like that movie too. Man, we should have watched that movie.
Sit Shiva.
Think about it next time, too.
Michael hadn't seen that one.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
We definitely could have watched it. Is it better?
It's so much better.
It's better.
God damn it, Tim. I swear to God.
It also has Adam Driver in it.
Whatever. It's like... right now it's like 50-50 this will ever get posted anyway. So, do you have any last thoughts on Dan in real life?
No.
Okay, thanks. That's exactly. That couldn't have summed it up better. You're right. No, nobody has any last thoughts on Dan in real life. Ain't ya?
The wedding was really nice at the end.
The wedding was terrible. What are you talking about?
With them all dancing and having a great time.
That was really cute.
I will say, I thought even though the character was written for shit, and I felt bad for women in general when I saw it, Emily Blunt did a good job in that little role as as Pigface.
Yeah, she did.
I thought she was good. Yeah, she was good.
I remember seeing, I was going through looking at this movie on online and stuff, and they play her up as oh yeah, Emily Blunt's in this movie. And it's I don't really remember her as a big character. And yeah, she wasn't. She was in one scene. And
yeah,
that was it.
I didn't remember her at all. I remember seeing her name in the opening credits, and I couldn't remember her. I thought she was
one of the sisters or something like that.
Or something.
Yeah.
So that's all there is to say about that.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on the show, guys. I appreciate it. Hopefully this is the first of many.
Yeah, don't hold you.
The moment has come to face the truth. I'm wide awake, and so are you. Do you have a clue what this is? Are you everything that I miss? Don't hope so. We'll just have to wait and see. If things go right, we're meant to be. The surface is gone, we scratched it off. We made some plans.